Easter 2026. Wow. So yeah, all skins have to be submitted within the next 2 weeks. The next batch of Rust Workshop skin submissions next week, and a week after that, we might not have as many skins to talk about because we'll have Easter skins. So yay, Easter, yay. Okay, cool. No, we don't really have that much to talk about in regards to that. So over to here, boom. Good day, Rust skin enjoyers. It is time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. It is March 10, 2026, and we have 122 skins to showcase today. But yeah, I don't think next week and a week after we'll have as many submissions. I believe quite a decent portion of people next week will focus doing their Easter skin, and then everybody else will focus doing their Easter skin the week after that. So next week we might only have about 80 skins to showcase. The week after that, maybe around 80 again. We'll see. So just to give you a heads up, and I'll link the Easter collection in the description. You can keep an eye out for that for yourself. Cool. Right, so again, with a lot of skins to take a look at today, I'm just going to blitz through all the skins that aren't exactly collection continuations. Sorry to say, but yeah, you don't want to be sitting here for over an hour and a half, do you? Do you? Right, so I guess we'll just get started. Sit back, relax, and don't forget, if you're going to go look at all these skins in your own time, the collection link is in the description. It's at the very top. Click that if you so wish. We're going to go ahead and start yapping about all the skins. By all means, if you just want to skip ahead and get a good look at all the brand new collection continuations in your own time, just look at the descriptions. All the chapters are there. And if you just want to skip ahead to like the weapons and tools, lo and behold, it's also chaptered. Let's begin. Starting off with Deployables, we have this as the example for the many skins we're about to take a look at today. This right here, produced by Bed and Ronan, it is the Berry Wine Barrel Barbecue. A perfectly fine looking barbecue design. Of course, with it still being the brand new Skinnable, people are still making skins for it. So, alright, cool, fair enough. But listen, with the many skins we're about to take a look at today, you might sit there and say, I want to support these skins. Alright, well, fair enough. Thing is, though, as much as you can vote yes or no, it doesn't actually impact whether a skin gets accepted or not. At the end of the day, it's purely whether Face Punch likes it or not. That's it. So you might sit there and say, what's the point then? Well, you can still show your support and the skin creators can see the votes. But if you really happen to like a skin, go to the comment section. Offer some nice kind words. Look, Stabby knows what to do. There you go. And it really does go a long way. Keeps those skin creators nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. I'm sure you get the idea. Now, if you don't happen to like a skin, but you know exactly why, well, why not offer some constructive feedback? Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. Maybe their skin isn't accepted. But of course, if they consider making a second version, they could look at your feedback, incorporate that into the brand new version. Maybe that gets accepted. All right, we'll see. So, Berry Wine Barrel Barbecue, produced by Mr. Ronan and Mr. Bid. I hope you like what you see. It doesn't appear to light up that much at night time. No showcasings of that. But yeah, would you appreciate that as a brand new barbecue skin? Feel free to comment below. Now, following that, we do happen to have two collection continuations for barbecues. Race Car BBQ. Do you remember like in the early 2000s when like tons of kids shows were being made and it had to be like a 3D car or a 3D aeroplane or something? I'm just looking at that face and thinking, yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Right, Race Car Bed. This is a collection continuation to, oh, here we go. Dumb Race Car Bed, right? Yes. This is produced by Mr. Stabby, the guy that just offers some nice kind words. See, he passes it along. So this right here, it was produced and accepted back in the summer of 2025, and well, there you go. Look at that. Actually, no, it was accepted in November. I'm getting these dates wrong. Anyway, focusing with what I see here, sold for $2.49, and it's now half its price. Only 31 listed, not exactly doing very good. But if we were to see a brand new deployable being accepted, don't you think that might recover? Don't you think with it having hardly any listings, it could potentially end up being a nice little bit of a profit if you consider investing into it? Oh, it's up to you if you feel very confident about that. But yes, race, it looks so goofy. Well, it does appear to light up quite nicely. What's this saying? Why have you forsaken me? Okay, well, best luck to you, Mr. Stabby. Let's see if that works out nicely. Why is there a cat there? Moving on. Cyber Barbecue. Why didn't you call it Cyber Barbecue? Anyway, moving on. This right here is Le Cremps. Collection continuation for a Cyber collection, which you can see. Boom. Oh, no. Bad typing. Bad typing. Good typing. Right, Cyber collection, yes. As a clothing armor set, it was fine. Metallic, can't really go wrong with that. But we saw one deployable being accepted quite some time back. The Cyberbed. Sold for $2. It's now half its price. I get the feeling it's because it's just not that flashy. Yeah, it's just metallic, not very colourful. So yeah, right now on the Steam market, there's only 22 listings. There's like hardly anything there. But that just perfectly showcases that there is no demand for this. So yep, lost half its value. Maybe with your Rifle of the Barbecue, you could see a bit of an improvement, but I wouldn't be surprised to just go back to where it was. So yeah, sorry to say. So regardless, if you like what you see, it's a perfectly fine metallic and sturdy design. Oh, that'll keep your meat nice and smoky. Well, consider show support. Best luck to the clamp. So moving on from there, we've got some pretty interesting looking deployables to follow that. Yes, indeed we do. And of course, lots of collection continuations. But this right here, wrought iron locker. Yes. So last week I couldn't pronounce the barbecue. This right here is produced by Domch. And basically, the barbecue from the previous week, he posted it on Twitter and a lot of people took a liking to it. A lot of people took a liking to it. Lots of praise. And clearly he's motivated to keep wanting to put out, you know, some interesting designs. And now we have another transparent locker on the horizon. If this were to be accepted, I'm sure you've seen what happened to the bamboo cage locker and the bone locker. Well, say thank you to Mr. Silver Spooks, because he showcased with transparent lockers, you could put them on like the second floor of a boat, and yeah, they're good for like barricades. Keep you protected, but still see what's going on. So yeah, maybe we could see another transparent locker on the horizon. We shall see. So, do you like it? Feel free to comment below. Best luck to Mr. Domch. I reckon you could make a pretty cool looking table with that. Moving on, do you like ducks? Duck vending machine. It dispenses ducks. To be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised. Would Facepunch ever add ducks to Rust? Because they are doing that farming update later this year, but that's for like sheep and cows. Would you approve of ducks in Rust? I don't care if you're going to sit there and say there's already chickens. No, they're not ducks. Ducks are cool. Anyway, best of luck to Mr. Ico. Over here we have Field Officer Bag. There's a gold version here, and here's a silver version. So for whichever version you might prefer, feel free to go ahead and show support. It does not appear to glow in the dark, so alright, fair enough. Best luck to PL3, and yeah, keep up the good work. However, there is competition. Notable collection continuations that are competition. We have some very interesting designs for sleeping bags. You might have seen in my special preview video. I showcased the Volcanic sleeping bag and the Señor Tomato sleeping bag. Just as I finished that, this appears. Typical. Anyway, let's just quickly go through all three of these. So, Volcanic rug was recently accepted, sold quite nicely, but you know, since then, because it did sell quite a bit, it has slipped and it has slightly gone down in price. But the other two skins that have appeared in this collection are doing A-OK. So, yes, I'm still very much under the impression with this being a glow-in-the-dark rug, it will be appreciated as time goes on. So, yeah, as we've gone through March as of now, and prices are starting to drop off in general, which is probably something I should make as a video for this upcoming weekend. Yeah, it's starting to slip, but after like this 11 and 13 here, it's all just 1, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's very thin. So a brand new sleeping bag very likely could be a very positive boost for this. Keep an eye out. It's in a very interesting spot. And aside from even seeing a sleeping bag being accepted, I still expect that to improve around the summertime. An eye out. Over to here, we also happen to have the... you know what, I'm just going to go over to here. This will be easier. Yep. We have the Curse of the Drowned treasure chest. Now, we recently did see that large box being produced, and it did look very nice. But this did sell over 30,000 subscribers, and we still haven't seen a collection continuation. And as you'll notice, it's starting to drop down in value. It really wouldn't be surprising. But the skin creator is trying. It's just, yeah, it's just not happening, unfortunately, as of now. But could this be the one? Could we see some nice improvement? Zinc, would you consider making a table? Because with the map and whatnot we saw in the previous design, it would look pretty cool, I'm just saying. Anyway. Yeah, the more the merrier. But the longer we wait, the more likely that small box suffers even more. So we'll see. But yes, I do believe that small box could bounce up very nicely if we were to see either the large box or the sleeping bag. So, all right, we'll see what becomes of that. And then over to here, Señor Tomato sleeping bag. Now, with all three of these sleeping bags that are collection continuations, this is the only one that doesn't glow in the dark. Volcanic and, the Curse of the Drowned, they did both glow in the dark. So with Señor Tomato, I mean, it's a funny old collection. They sell quite decently, but they don't really end up with many skins on the Steam market afterwards. So when a new one appears, it doesn't matter whatever it is. All the skins tend to go up in the positive. A few extra sales suddenly appear, and then suddenly, oh look, it looks as if it's valuable now. So we'll see if a sleeper bag would have a positive outcome in regards to the sheep door, the garage door, and the furnace, but they're not looking too bad at the moment. Maybe you've missed out already. We'll see. Regardless, best luck to Serpent, and let's see what they produce next. So yep, some interesting looking deployables so far. Let's now take a look at the beds and the furnaces. Alright, so come on, let's get through all this. Over here, Arsenal bed, a perfectly fine looking design. I like to keep my house secure. I sleep on a bunch of guns. And also, now they glow in the dark. Ooh, so two versions of that bed. Which do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. Best luck to Mr. Krabby. I sleep in a flower bed. Alright, good job. Yeah, a perfectly fine, interesting design produced by Mr. Duck. Let's see if raised planter bed could potentially be accepted. It appears to not glow in the dark. Over here, we have a third attempt for Deep Waters Furnace. This is produced by Suselka. Suselka, if you're watching, if this isn't the one, you might need to move on to something else, because you can just keep changing and making furnaces over and over again. I would be under the impression Face Punch doesn't care for it. Not to sound mean, but yeah, come on now. Don't hurt yourself. I'm sure you can make something else very nice and creative. So best luck to Suselka. But of course, there's competition, because what do we have over here? I swear I've seen like 3 different attempts for like a rum or a bottle sort of furnace recently. Anyway, this is Gunya's attempt. Let's see if this potentially gets accepted. Best luck to Gunya. And then over to here, Ice Age Furnace. A perfectly fine looking design. It's nice and nicey. There's some fish trapped in there. That looks cool. So best luck to Shino. Let's see if that works out nicely. Over here with the Tree Stump Furnace. This version lights up very nicely and it's turned on at night time. This version, however, does not light up. Only on the inside, so. Alright, fair enough. Best luck to you, HSM. Let's see if that works out very nicely. Which version do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. Right, moving on from there. We got some small boxes and we got some large boxes. And considering what happened this past weekend, last Thursday, March 4th swipe, a certain DLC appears. I might not even be able to get through all this. Last week we saw an interesting miniature castle being produced by Sil. This week he's made a saloon. Sil, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. Why not do a base? Why not do a base with like the TC on the side and whatnot, and the armory, the room with all the guns in it and whatnot, and with all the loot and whatnot? I think you could pull it off. Give it a shot, or try and do a monument, like dome or something. It's in your hands. It's up to you. What about a boat? What about a boat? We'll see. Anyway, the saloon design does look pretty cool. And earlier today, I did actually do a nice little short video showcasing the miniature castle. So people approved of it. Let's see if that works out nicely. Just to point out, there's also a second version. Both of them appear to glow in the dark. One of them is dark brown. One of them is like red brown. So, all right, cool. Best luck to Sil. Over to here. You might recall the small props collection, the small box collection we had being built up last year that randomly stopped. I thought with the small props collection randomly getting like no more skins accepted, that led me to believe that the the boxes DLC would be a small box collection. Nope, they just randomly stopped accepting the skins. So Mr. McGwamp and CG Poison, they've decided, you know what, alright, let's go make another small box collection, but let's now make it glow in the dark. Well, let's see what becomes of that. I will sit here and say this though, only make like 2 or 3 boxes, and then, oh wait, hang a minute, no, pull it back. It's not trying to be a small box collection, it's trying to be a deployable collection. Oh, okay, fair enough then. Let's see if that works out nicely then. Best luck to you. Let's see if that works out. Sorry about that. Cardboard box fruits and loot. Are you trying to say like Fruit Loops, but not saying it? Are you trying to do cereal? Actually, I'm kind of surprised. Have we never seen like a cereal box, small box? Well, Skin Creators is in your hands. I think this is just trying to be colourful. Regardless, Slavny looks quite creative, so best luck to you. Sendox, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I don't think this is the best of times to try and do this. Although it wouldn't surprise me after a while, other skin creators will try and do their own attempts for a storage collection. No, they've just released an $18 Boxes DLC. I'm very much under the impression they're not going to accept another storage collection ever again. Oh, imagine if they did accept that, though. Well, best luck to Sendox. Let's see if that happens then. Best luck. Art Deco. So, quite some time back. 2022, I believe. Yep. Yeah. There we go. Yes. Back in 2022, this sheet metal door was accepted. But I can immediately notice, wow, that went down pretty badly from $2.49, because right now it's 89 cents. Ooh. Only 7 listed. Only one is sold in the past 24 hours. That is not very in demand. However, if we were to see either of these large boxes being accepted, I wouldn't be surprised if some people might jump onto that sheet metal door. Although, after a while, probably go back down again. There would have to be quite a lot more large boxes, quite a lot more Art Deco skins being accepted for the pre-existing skin to work out nicely. I will sit here and say this, though, Spinoza, why not consider doing a barbecue? Art Deco barbecue. Maybe that would be nice. Best of luck to you, good sir. A resubmission for pie. What a wonderful day for pie. Right, over to here. So, yes, Himmick produced the small box and the furnace, and he also made a large box last year. He made a sleeping bag last year. Facepunch didn't care for it anymore. But he's resubmitted it. We've got 2 versions of pie, standard and glowing. Could they actually be accepted now? We shall see. But based on what you just saw there a second ago, these 2 skins aren't exactly doing very nicely at the moment. I think we'd need to see more than just a large box for both of them to fully recover. What pie-themed deployable would you like to see being made? Feel free to reply. Best luck to you, Mr. Himmick. Let's see if that actually works out this time. Best of luck. I think I've accidentally deleted my workshop collection. Whoopsie. Good job, Hedge. Right, moving on. So, we've also got some wooden doors. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of these. We've got the foam wooden door. I guess that's to try and keep it nice and protected. Best luck to GBG. Calma Legend, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. I think you're a month too early with this. Maybe wait until the 3rd week of April and then consider submitting something like this. Also, would it even be allowed? Is Rust an 18 rated game? I can assure you this. I've met a lot of people that definitely want 18 playing that game. Such loud screamers. Anyway. I don't think they'd be opposed to it. I'm just not sure if you're allowed to have it in anything rated less than 18. Surely Rust is rated 18. Surely. Well, we'll see. So, best luck to Camo, and we'll see if that potentially gets accepted. Perhaps we could see a seal instead. So over here, we've got the Harbour Seal wooden door. Although I will sit here and say, it doesn't glow in the dark, and it doesn't have any transparency or anything, which would mean by default, all by itself, it wouldn't really work out very nicely. But what about the potential impact on the pre-existing skins? Well, let's go ahead and talk about that. So, the rock and the hammer, ever since they've appeared, they've done fairly good. They've just done A-OK. The sheet metal door, the large box, and the garage door, for a while, they were down bad. All right, they were down pretty bad. Well, more specifically, the sheet metal door and large box. Garage door, when that appeared, the large box did recover nicely. The sheet metal door did recover nicely. They all kind of went down a fair bit. But, of course, with the recent post-Christmas, January time, all of these skins at one point were in the positive. But now that we're in March, as we're approaching the Easter dip, yeah, the prices are starting to drop again. It's unfortunate, but it was expected. It's a routine pattern that we should be aware of. And I'm sure I've told you more than enough. So, would the wooden door have that much of an impact? Not really sure, to be honest with you. I could imagine the sheet metal door and the garage door would bounce up a bit. It wouldn't surprise me if they go back down again afterwards. So, okay, understood. So, yeah, best luck to Firefly and Anetta. And I couldn't speak there, sorry. Anetta. There we go, I can say it now. Doesn't glow, no transparency, but it's a very cute looking seal. So, if you approve, consider showing support. Best luck to both of them. Moving on to sheet metal doors. Yes, we've got quite a decent amount of these. Indeed, we do. Yes, indeed. Over here, that looks very... It reminds me of Mystic Tree, but you didn't make that, so... Yggdrasil, I guess? Is that what it is? Yeah. Looks very similar to the design, but hey, still looks nice. So best luck to both of you. Over here, oh, that's going to smell. It doesn't glow. It doesn't have transparency, but it'll definitely put you off from standing outside. It's the Sneakers Sheet in the Door. Produced by Boskin and Animede. Yep, it's just a perfectly fine sneaker-themed sheet in the door. So yeah, do you approve? Perfect comply. Oh, okay, so this is produced by Zinverno, also known as Mad Polly. We've got a very cool-looking glow-in-the-dark dragon-themed sheet in the door. What do you reckon? Do you approve? Feel free to comment below. Best luck to you. Over to here, we've got the Core Loke sheet in the door, produced by Mr. Jimmy Tedeschi. I was trying to say, like, what was it? Is that one of the special CPU code names? Anyway, perfectly fine amounts of glow in the dark. It's green. It looks goofy. Hey, if you approve, feel free to comment below. Best luck to you, good sir. Over to here, we've got the Blaze sheet in the door. There's two versions of this: blue, red, fiery, interesting, and metallic. Do you approve? Which one do you like more? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Omnipresent. Now over to here, we've got the Eclipse sheet in the door. I'm going to be very honest with you. Are you referencing something? Like, are you? Anyway, moving on. So that's a perfectly fine looking glow-in-the-dark sheet in the door. And then over to here, well, we've also got transparency. Interesting. Huh. Very interesting. All right then. So there's a hole in the moon, in the sun. Do you approve though? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Rovs. So that's all the sheet in the doors. Let's now go ahead and start talking about garage doors. Right, let's jump in. So over here, produced by Mr. Bad Trip and Hulk. It's a fairly DIY, damaged, grimy, old-looking Zerg's garage door. More like down-to-earth, grounded approach. Not super flashy, not super colourful, doesn't glow in the dark, doesn't have any transparency. What do you reckon? Feel free to comment below. Auto repairs, yeah, that car definitely needs a bit of a clean up. Wow. I showed this off in the special preview video. Did you like it? It does glow in the dark. Produced by Mr. Neturpin and VSK Forever. Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. I have made a short video about this one. Well, with the sheet in the door. I was going to do it with the sheet in the door, but then some interesting things appeared in the Force White Rust door, so I kind of delayed it. Keep an eye out for that short video. It looks very nice. It is peaceful, serene, lovely. It is calming. It is the whale song garage door. Could we see either of the sheet in the door or this? What would you like to see as the next deployable? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Sunup. You can see how they slowly built up the design there, looking pretty cool. Lumina garage door. It glows. It's got the weird holes. Isn't that a phobia? Produced by Jiba. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Ah, right. What do we have right there? That just so happens to be Baby Hippo Garage Door version 2. So, Baby Hippo Rock, you might recall, it sold quite a decent amount, but then later in 2025 we also saw a lot more rocks and some goofy animal designs. So for a while, it wasn't doing very well. But right now, I can confirm to you, it is slightly in the positive, sitting at just slightly above $2.50. This recovered. But as we go through March, I'm very much under the impression it's going to start going down again. If we were to see the garage door being accepted, I wouldn't be surprised you might see that probably rise up a fair bit more, because it's very thin right here. What do you reckon though? Could we see Baby Hippo improve and work out nicely? It's in your hands now to start guessing. Because this is a second attempt, if I can recall. I think it's actually I think it might be a third, but yeah, it's a version 2. Let's go with that. Perfectly fine. Yopka, Lancy, I'm going to be very straightforward with you. I think people care more about that baby monkey now. So, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, best of luck, best of luck. Moving on from there, we do have some sheet metal doors to talk about. We have the Dungeon sheet metal door, not part of the Dungeon collection, just to clarify. This is independent. This is by itself. It does glow in the dark. It does have transparency. It's produced by Saloha. Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. And then, boom. Competition. We have a collection continuation. This has transparency, and it also doesn't glow in the dark. Yep. Do you remember? Cool. We'll have to go back a fair bit. Yep. December 4 swipe, if I can recall. We saw a certain garage door being accepted. The week before this, we saw a very nice looking green garage door that glowed in the dark and transparency at the bottom and all that. Boom, the very next week, oh look, there's another one. and only this one's in the positive between the both of them. This is Cobalt Jungle Container Garage Door, and that worked out nicely. And if we look at the other 3 skins, because I don't really consider these two to be part of the same collection here. Yeah, the Armour Double Door, it has seen better days. The Sheepner Door, it has improved recently. If we were to see another door skin being accepted, I could see that Sheepner Door actually ends up in the positive. I'm not sure about this though, especially considering all the Armour Double Doors that we have potentially on the horizon. Might be a bit funny. Garage Door might improve though. We'll see about that. But yep, the Sheepner Double Door doesn't glow, it has transparency, and if you want like a nice sort of discreet sort of base, they can still see through the gaps and whatnot, that very likely would be greatly appreciated. So feel free to comment below, offer your opinion based on what you see here. Best of luck to you, Cubist. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Oh, okay. Then we have a lot of Armoured Double Doors. Yes, we do. A lot of Armoured Double Doors. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of these. Right then. So over to here, we've got the Card Reader Armoured Double Door in reference to the actual doors that read cards, like, you know, monuments and whatnot. We've got a green one, we've got a red one, and we've got a blue one. This is pretty clever. Also, transparency, both windows right there, looking pretty sweet. That is in all 3 of the designs. So yeah, that's looking pretty sweet. That's looking pretty cool. But what about you? What do you reckon? Feel free to offer your opinion. Best of luck to Bit and Emil. Which version could potentially be accepted? We shall see. Moving on from there, we also happen to have the Echoes of the Past Armour Double Door. This appears to have transparency in the hatch, and it also appears to glow in the dark quite nicely. Yeah, what do you reckon? Best luck to N3. Let's see if that works out nicely. Now over to here, a Living Flesh Armour Double Door. It doesn't glow in the dark. It doesn't have transparency. It is produced by Alfriotar. I don't want to open the door. It might bite me. Well, best luck to you. Let's see if that works out nicely. Over to here, you might think it's a collection continuation. VHS, though, I think you're grasping at straws. I think you're being a little bit too loose. Now, I will remind everybody, I've seen this design before. There's attempts for a potential wooden double door skin back in, what, August 2025? Around then? But it didn't happen, unfortunately. Well, now you'll notice, hang on a minute, it's the exact same art. Yes, it is. But it's still a very fun, cool, silly design. And I've got to point out, it does glow in the dark at night time. Like the eyes stick out, so... That's cool, though. That looks nice. So we'll see what becomes of that. But why is the Panther looking so suspicious? He's always looking suspicious, and I never fully understood why. Anyway, best of luck to VHS tonight. Let's see what becomes of that. Now, about, a year ago, I saw the Apotheosis of War Garage Door, which looked amazing. I saw the rug skins. I showed off both of them in a short video. Unfortunately, neither of them were accepted. But now the skin creator has decided, you know what? I'll try again. I'll do an Armoured Double Door, especially considering it's the focused item of the month. What a hellish landscape it is, oh my. Very artistic though. Very nice glow-in-the-dark design as well. Looks amazing. So, Icona, maybe this could be the one, we shall see. Best of luck to you. What do you reckon? You the viewer, what would you say when you see that? It looks pretty cool. Best of luck. In my preview video, I did show this off. It has transparency in the hatch. It glows ever so nicely. It's an interesting, colourful design. Produced by Kreitzer. It is the Elder Light Gate. Do you like what you see? Well, feel free to go ahead and show your support. And what do we have here? It's the Zone Access Armour Double Door. Right. This has transparency, but it doesn't glow in the dark, does it? Does it? Oh, I thought that's just reflection. It does glow. It's a bit faint, but maybe people appreciate that. All right, fair enough then, Mr. Yeah. Let's see if that works out nicely. Keep up the good work. Best of luck to you. And then, oh, hang on a minute. Cargo Heli. Oh, there's 2 versions here. Yeah, so one with transparent and glow, and also with all the pictures, and then the other one doesn't have as much. So, yep. Cargo Heli, Armoured Double Door. Well, what do you reckon? That's a very interesting approach. It's got transparency in the hatches. It glows ever so nicely at night time. I think a lot of people might appreciate that. So recently we have seen Cargo Heli clothing skins being accepted. We also happen to have seen quite a lot of Deployables over the many years. But yeah, that bed's in bad days. That barricade ain't done much. Like, I'll sit here and say, when we saw the barricade and we saw the bed skin being accepted, these didn't even budge that much. So I don't really think the armored double doors would have that much of an impact. But personally, based on your opinions, would you like to potentially see this being accepted? Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below, and best of luck to Vlek. Well then, you said you want something to go in the green. Now you got it. We've got the armored double door for the greening area collection. So somewhat recently we did see that locker skin being accepted in a recent complete the sets. We also happen to have seen the armored double door in another complete the sets. They're not doing as well compared to what we see over here. When this appeared, all of that spiked them on, spiked in price. When this appeared, all of that spiked them on, spiked in price. Could anything help this? Maybe the armored double door, maybe. There's only 28 of these on the Steam market apparently. Let's just quickly confirm that. Yeah, only 8 sold in the past 24 hours. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, if you're feeling very confident that we'll see the armored double door, it's in your hands. Choice is up to you. So, alright then. Maybe you'll see more of these end up in the green. Well, they're already green. Sorry. So best of luck to Decap. Let's see if that works out nicely. Just to confirm it does glow in the dark, like, you know, yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to notice. And for last, we have the Junkernaught armored double door. Now, there's two versions of this. I did show off this version right here. This version has 2 vents on the bottom. You might recall when we had the sheet metal double door, there was a vent on one side that when you crouched down, you could see through. So not only was there transparent like windows that you could stand up and look through, yeah, we also had the vent. This particular version, there's 2 vents. They appear to have bigger gaps. Wow, you can see a lot through that, I'm sure. So that might be a little bit too OP, a little bit too overpowered. Maybe Face Punch might question it. Well, he made a second version where the vents are opaque. You cannot see through them. So, okay. At least he provided the options. We'll see what Face Punch thinks. Perfectly fine amount of transparency in the hatches. It glows in the dark perfectly fine. It's also a collection. So if I can recall, for the 3rd week of January, there we go. Look at that. It's still in the positive, but only slightly. How many listings do we see on the Steam market? 64. That's honestly not that much. It's not that bad. Oh wow, you could easily climb up. So what do you reckon? If we saw the armored double door skin being accepted, don't you think that might bounce up? Well then, we'll see. Because of course it also still has transparency and glow in the dark. It's still a very pay to win sheet metal double door. But could it get that extra boost to go even further beyond? But we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, if you were to question, what about the other skins, Hedge? Yeah, there's some better days. Although I will sit here and say, when this was accepted, Garage Door was much worse off. And the sheet metal door, that was worse off as well. But they both both of them spiked them on ever so nicely, ever so lovely. So maybe we see the armored double door. Both of these will spike them on, spike a price again as well. What do you reckon? It's up to you. And yeah, that's it. So best of luck to Mr. Fuff. Let's see what becomes of that. That just so happens to be the final deployable for this video. I'll ask you right now. Out of all of these skins, which one has impressed you the most? Which one do you think has a very good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? Right then, so let's go ahead and start talking about the weapons and the tools. And we're getting started with a bunch of rock skins. First of all, we got the Alien Egg. Now, if I whack that against like a node, would it go splat? Because I kind of don't want it to go splat. Produced by Barurik. If you like what you see, feel free to comment below. It does not glow in the dark. Pomegranate. I mean, is that going to help me get wood? I'm not sure. Right, so yep, this is produced by Sod Center. A perfectly fine looking fruity design. Yep, so best of luck to you, good sir. Let's see if that works out nicely. Over to here, we've got Dumb Brute. There's 2 versions, yellow and red. He's a very angry little guy. Very angry little fella. Whack him against a tree, I'm sure it'll make him ever so happy. Yes, yes. Doesn't appear to glow in the dark or anything. And yeah, so one's like yellowish, one's a little bit more red and orangey. So, alright, cool. Best of luck to Mr. MA1. And over to here, it's not part of the Bismuth collection. It's independent design. This is the Bismuth Rock produced by Legacy. So yeah, pretty shiny. An interesting design, obviously in reference to the actual mineral in real life. So yeah, someone did his homework. Someone made a pretty cool looking skin. Best of luck to you then, good sir. Let's see if that works out nicely. It appears to not glow in the dark. Green cheese. What? Yeah, okay, fair enough. not for art, but for fun. I don't want to eat that. I have green cheese. There you go. It's up to you. Do you want it? Feel free to comment below. Right, moving on from there. We got a hammer. We got 2 hammers. Right, so we've got the camera hammer version 2 produced by Schmoolcat. It's like a little toy. In fact, I do believe that was what was referenced. Yep, the little touchpad toy and all that. Looking pretty cute. Does it glow in the dark? No. Oh, really? Huh. Okay, that's kind of a surprise. That would have been like a perfect option. Well, best of luck to Schmoolcat. Let's see if that works out nicely. But there is competition. Oh. Crabby hammer. So this isn't like part of a collection or anything. No. It's a carved-in little crab in a hammer. I mean, that's pretty cute. That's looking cool. What do you reckon, though? Are you a fan of the little crab? Do you want to take him on adventures? Feel free to comment below. And best of luck to you, Mr. Diaz. Moving on from there, we also happen to have some bone clubs, which is quite a surprise because we don't really get that many bone club skins being submitted. We have the Butcher's Club. Now, looking at it very close, beef mince. Ah, okay. I thought it was like worms. Well, Vase, I'm not sure what you're up to, but yep, can confirm that is beef mince. I hope so. Best of luck. And then over to here, Mr. Watermelon. Right, Ref, what's going on here? What's going on? Right, so I'm going to go look at your recent skin submissions, and I'm starting to notice that there's a bit of a pattern going on here. Okay, well, if you didn't care for Mr. Coconut and Mr. Strawberry, maybe you care about Mr. Watermelon. Best of luck to Mr. RAF. Natural Ruby Bone Knife. We have not seen a bone knife in quite some time. There we go. So we have seen one in the DLC. We have seen a Twitch drop, but in terms of marketable options, you had to go all the way back to 2021, which is kind of surprising, to be honest with you. Well, I mean, there you go. It's there. Yes, so Natural Ruby. Let's get a quick look at you again. I think we've got 2 skins, yep. Some tools were produced as well somewhat recently. Well, why not potentially a bone knife? Honestly, I think a lot of people would approve. I think a lot of people probably would want to buy. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, these aren't exactly doing super great. But then again, with the amount of combat knife skins that are accepted, not too surprising. This was anticipated to happen. We thought that would drop off for a bit. As time goes on, don't be surprised if that recovers. We know what? If we saw a bone knife, I would be surprised if it probably bounces up a little bit if that were to appear. We'll see what happens then, right? So, best luck to the skin creators. A very interesting collection continuation. It doesn't appear to glow in the dark, and I'm sure a lot of people would approve. Do you feel the need to get some more bone knives? Offer your opinion. Best of luck to Pretex and Igor. So moving on from there, we've got the boy sword. And all the recent Savage swords have had some sort of very creative usage of transparency. Yeah, that's pretty creative, isn't it? Produced by Algo. What were you thinking? I mean, hey, he thought of something really silly and he went with it. There's no stopping silly creativity. Yeah, best luck. Serpent Weave Sword. So, yeah, I believe we've already talked about this, but it's been resubmitted. So, Serpent Weave. Oh, is that the only skin we've had so far? Okay. Well, yep. This was recently accepted. It went down in price because, again, it was the focus start of the month. More combat knife skins appeared afterwards. Yeah, we're going to do. So, yeah, I don't think a Savage Sword's going to dramatically save the combat knife. It'll still be like a weapon-only collection, and that doesn't usually work out very nicely. But, hey, do you like what you see? Would you like to have another combat knife, Savage Sword skin, potentially? Feel free to comment below, and Mnemonic Man, have you made a longsword yet? Because I think a longsword might be pretty cool. I'm just saying, it might be pretty cool. It's up to you, it's up to you. So, alright, cool. Yeah, did you submit it anytime soon? Must have removed the original version. Alright, cool. No, this is the first attempt with the second version. Oh, okay. Okay, alright, fair enough. Sorry about that. Right, well, yeah. Longsword time. Consider it. Right, moving on from there, we also happen to have some tools. An Ioka, a sap, and a couple crossbows. The crossbows should be earlier than that. I need to fix that. So by the time you're watching this, if you were to go ahead and look at the collection, it'd have been fixed by then. Inked hatchet and pickaxe. Get a good look at that. Perfectly fine looking designs, quite metallic. They've got an interesting looking gradient effect. So yeah, You might think, no, it's just shading. No, 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 no. It's not shading. That's the gradient effect. So, okay. That's pretty cool. Best of luck to you, Mr. 38, and let's see if that works out nicely. Moving on to crossbows, we have the Oil King. A pretty interesting approach from Axolotl and Mr. Gurin. So, yeah, interesting amount of transparency. Would such a thing be accepted after we recently saw that Stinger crossbow? I know a lot of people would appreciate it, but would it be allowed? I mean, we'll see. Anyway, perfectly fine approach. Best of luck to both of you. Let's see if that gets approved. But you do have competition. Nuke Vibe with a crossbow. So, that looks pretty cool. The whole thing's covered in like a hazmat. Oh, if only you could go back and cover the AK in a hazmat and whatnot. Do a chair. You could do like a little scared little man in a chair or something. That'd be cool. Anyway, so Nuke Vibe. We have recently just seen the Nuke Vibe barbecue being accepted. I'm not sure if a crossbow is going to have a dramatic impact on it. I'm not really thinking that. And considering the rest of their collection isn't exactly doing super great. But that looks cool. I just don't think it'll have that much of an impact. So, sorry to say, Falcon Costuche. Looks nice though. And yeah, I did approve of the barbecue. It's just, yeah, I guess, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm confused why people don't like it. It looks amazing. The fridge looked awesome. We'll see. Anyway, best luck. Then we have the Junkyard Eoka. It is a very scrappy looking Eoka. That's all I can really say. Produced by Casadna Spectro. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Best luck to both of you. Then we have the Shard Sap. This right here is produced by Mr. Fresh and somebody stop me and Risk. So yeah, an interesting approach. A nice light green for the aim sight. We also have the second version here. Cutted. Why does everybody say cutted? Transparent aim sight. Transparent. There you go. Yeah, that's nice and clean. Right, I think people might approve of that. What do you reckon, though? Do you? Offer your opinion, and best of luck to these guys. Consider showing your support. Right, moving on from there, we've got some custom SMGs to talk about. Yes, indeed, we do. Let's just go grab all of these. I'm seeing cutted again. They haven't done anything wrong. It's just not correct. Anyway. Void Venom Custom SMG. A perfectly fine looking addition for what could potentially be added to... Wait, hang on a minute. Is that like fully transparent? Am I blind? Wow, that's really hard to see. I can't tell if that's like a rock in the background to the actual aim sight. But yeah, there's a transparent aim sight there. That's hard to see. Aim at the sky. Look at a cloud. It helps a lot. Anyway, alright then. Fair enough. Void Venom. Let's go ahead and get a good look at you. Void Venom. Right, so we've had the combat knife, we've had the sword. They're not exactly doing super great. As of now, it's a weapon-only collection with another potential custom SMG on the horizon. Well, there'll still be a weapon-only collection, so I don't really expect that much with it. Sorry to say, but hey, maybe we'll see some improvements. It'll be nice to see, and if you like it, feel free to comment below. So, best of luck to Mr. McQuarrie. But you know, there's competition. There's competition for what we have right here is the HellCore Custom SMG. Yep, we also happen to have what is easier to see, a transparent aim sight right there. So, you know the Ruin SMG from last year, right? That had a transparent aim sight. Did you go back and check its price? Because this past post-Christmas, it had a pretty interesting rise in value. Yeah, it's almost $3. Huh. Well then. Do you reckon if we saw either of these custom SMG skins being accepted, they would also be appreciated? Well, we'll have to wait and see. So I'm just putting it out. I'm sure people will approve, especially considering right now we have the Thompson right there. To my surprise, the Thompson is not selling that much. But then considering the price, okay, maybe it's not too surprising. But yeah, this is like the next transparent aim sight collection being brewed on. Like, people are starting to notice they're buying the SAR a lot more now. But yeah, we've had a recent drop-off. Not good. But if you consider the MP5 it was in the Rust store at the same time we had those Twitch drops. Recruiters MP5s, Ledou's MP5, they both had transparency, ridiculous amounts of transparency. They are given away for absolutely free. Not the best of timing. Not surprised to see that happen to it. That doesn't have a transparent aim sight. This doesn't have a transparent aim sight. It doesn't have a transparent aim sight, but it has as much transparency as you're allowed. Well, with the custom SMG, I've also noticed quite a decent amount of transparency, so we'll see what happens, but we'll definitely have to mention it when we talk about the Thompson tomorrow, when we do the abnormal barders, right? So, yeah, just got to leave that discussion for tomorrow. We'll see. Regardless, do you like what you see? Are you a fan of the HellCore collection? What weapon skin would you like to see being made next? In fact, what's been asked so far? It's cut. Oh, they got to stop doing this. Anyway, moving on to MP5s, we had the Bloodfang. Bloodfang, MP5, produced by Emilio Frito. That's a perfectly fine looking MP5. Standard aim sight though. So, yep, best of luck to Emilio Frito and Sakatis Minas. Let's see if that works out nicely. Best of luck. Over to here with the Pinstripe MP5. This is produced by Slamface. I believe this is an older skin they made some time back. Well, they've made a newer version now with a transparent aim sight. So best of luck to you. Let's see if that works out nicely. Over to here. Collection continuation. Chrome MP5, produced by Keka. So over the past few weeks, we have noticed that he has returned to this collection. He has made some interesting transparent aim sight weapons. Lo and behold, look at what we see here with the MP5. That is Heat Seeker tier. Again, I just pointed out though, didn't we see some Twitch drops recently? True. That just mean it won't sell that much. But then, as time goes on, if it's appreciated, if there's only so much to go around, so we'll see what becomes of that. But we've been through this several times already. When you look at the chrome weapons, you'll be sitting there and thinking, so there's only 2 skins in total. Yeah. And they're already high in price. Yeah. So there's not much else to say. You can jump into them if you want to, but they're pretty pricey. Maybe just consider showing your support with the MP5 here. Or of course with the recent other weapon skins, such as the Revolver and the Python. Best of luck to Keka. Let's see if we could get a nice resurgence of his chrome collection. Now then, we have a cuted Thompson here. Is the Redix Thompson, produced by Lodi. Yeah. Looks as if it's like glowing there. It's not. There's just like effects being used there. Yes, so transparent design. That's as much transparency as you're allowed to have. Yeah. So, produced by Lodi and Louise. Let's see if that works out nicely. Yes. Reptile Spots SAR. Oh, it's flaming. No, it's not flaming. It's psychedelic. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Right, so aim sights. Okay. You got to mention there's transparency in the title. But anyway, yeah, same amount of transparency as what we see in the Heatseeker SAR. This right here is produced by SMN. Look at those reptiles and those amphibians. They look cute. Yeah. Right, cool. Lovely stuff. Right, what do I see right here? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. When was that submitted? Oh, it was last week. I think I know what's happened. Did you submit that so late that I didn't even look at it last week? Okay, that might be the answer then. Well, I guess you get a double feature this week. So that's me, not him. Double feature! There you go. Okay, sorry about that. Didn't notice. When there's well over 100 skins, yeah. But I swear, because that's like the first. I thought that was the first skin for this batch. Well, there you go. Silly little mistakes. Anyway, just go back to the chapter where we talked about the Void Venom SMG. Basically, it's a weapon-only collection as of now. But what we have here, I believe, might be a very transparent aim sight. Yes, indeed it is. So it looks as if Mr. McQuarrie is trying to build his own transparent aim sight collection. Interesting. Again, aim at the sky. The sky is always blue or white, and it's super easy to look at. You're aiming at a bush, and it's not the best to see. That's just my opinion. Anyway, that's fine. Yep, looking pretty sweet. I think a lot of people would approve. Best luck to McQuarrie. Well then, what's that? I actually saw this as one of the first skins to be submitted for this match, the optimized SAR. Yes, I've already made a short video showcasing it. I whacked on the full whiteout. That's a white SAR. That's a white SAR. And of course, we recently saw the Python skin being accepted, didn't we? It was like January 2nd, January 29. Yes, there it is. So it's already lost half its value, unfortunately. Sold for $3. But if we were to see the SAR skin being accepted, well, with only 22 listings, I think you might see that skyrocket. Because then people now realise, hang on a minute, are you telling me we have a brand new white transparent aim sight collection to look forward to? Yeah. Now, I will sit here and say, the transparency you see, it's not like fully transparent. It's stylish transparency. I honestly think they should just cut all of it off. You essentially still see as much as you can. So, yeah. All right, fair enough. So, yeah, best of luck to Yui. Let's see if that works out nicely. Best luck to you. Now we're moving on to SKSs. But really? It's just collection continuations? Oh, okay then, fair enough. Phantom SKS. Although, wasn't this submitted... Anyway. Phantom SKS, Fault SKS, and Cold Hunter SKS. Yes, we've got 3 SKSs to talk about today. Right, so Phantom, you're an old collection. You've been around since 2017? 2017, yeah, it's old. We recently saw some interesting skins accepted. That M39 has a transparent aim sight. That took a while for people to realise. Guys, it's got a transparent aim sight. We should buy it. Now it's in the positive. But what we see over here with this SKS, what have you done? Oh, it's just a standard design, no transparency. Okay. I think people would still approve, but as time goes on with more and more SKS skins being produced and accepted, wouldn't surprise me if it drops off. But hey, maybe it doesn't sell that much if it were to be accepted. If it were to be accepted, though, we're talking about could it actually impact all the other skins? I don't think so. When that appeared, nothing really changed here. When the gloves even appeared, didn't really see that much change. It's an old collection. These have already gone up in price. So, okay, understood. Best luck to Shipman, though. Keep up the good work. Over to here, Fault Collection. Oh, this is easy. Sorry to say. It's very straightforward. Take one quick look at the Fault Collection. Oh, yeah, perfect example of a weapon-only collection. Which is weird because I like the designs of these skins. They look nice. But, yeah, unfortunately, it's not enough for it to keep its price up. So, yeah. Back over to here, looking at the SKS. Nice and shiny. An interesting sort of gemstone approach. We've seen it all with all the previous skins that are accepted. Can we get a nice aim down the sight? Aim down the sight. What? Where's the aim down the sight? I didn't need to see all these pictures. I needed you to show me aiming down the sight. But you didn't do it. I'm sad inside. That's not helpful. This isn't helpful. Aim! Right, anyway, moving on. Best of luck to you. Do you do it here in the GIFs? No. Moving on. Right, Cold Hunter SKS. This right here is produced by Mr. MDE, and it just so happens to be one of the oldest and most in-demand weapon collections that we have. Now, have you been keeping track of the Cold Hunter knife? It was accepted recently, wasn't it? Didn't sell that much. It's now pushing up to $7, I believe. Oh, it was. It's now $6. Still, it's $6. What? That happened. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Cold Hunter collection's in demand. The older skins, obviously, more secure. But some of them have slipped a fair bit. It has noticeably happened. Now, recently we've seen these two. They've worked out very nicely, but we don't see that many combat knife skins being accepted, although we did for January. And in general, we don't see that many water pipe skins being accepted. Keep an eye out. Water pipes for focused item of the month. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens this year. I really wouldn't be surprised. That, long swords, and probably Yokas. Yokas haven't been getting that much of a shout for a while. So for weapons, yeah, that might be interesting. So, okay. Clearly this is looking pretty cool. Sorry. But yes, I've made a short video. It looks nice. It's perfectly fine. Whilst it mentions transparency, it's just referring to the bit here and here. The actual aim sight itself. Whilst it has a bit of cleanup here on the sides, it's just a standard sight. So, alright, cool. Potentially a very nice skin for a very nice looking collection. What do you reckon though? Feel free to comment below. And now we'll move on to AK-47s. Right. Let's grab all of these. There's a lot of them. And then we have 2 extra weapons after that. Exochrome with 3 different versions. One's more darker, one's slightly more silvery. And then what's this version then? Just a standard sight? I'm not seeing the difference there. Well, first of all, it's that problem again, you know, that fear of like holes. Oh, don't look. Don't look. I don't notice what the difference is. Oh, it's slightly more darker pigment on the inside, and then this is just dark pigment regardless. Okay, understood. And a very nice looking transparent aim sight. So for whichever version you prefer the most, feel free to go ahead and show support. Best of luck to Shaft and Opetcha. And you can see all 3 on display right there. I see it now. Cool, cool. All right, best of luck, best of luck. Right, Deadly Fire AK47. It's orange, it's fiery, it's creepy, it burns. Right, again, this is another issue of like, if you're going to do an aim down the sight, just look at the sky. Just look at the sky. Yeah, it might be grey, but it'll still be easy to see instead of like all these colours, and it's a bit all over the place. But yeah, that seems to be a standard sight. Perfectly fine. I see no issue. Yeah, look cool. So best luck to Repe and Mr. Rustic, and you can see how they slowly built up the design. Looking pretty cool. Best of luck. Best of luck. Right. Moving on, we have the Radiance AK47. Comes in 2 versions, one with and one without the stock. Okay, looking pretty cool. So yeah, aim down. Both of them have the same sight, I believe. A pretty interesting gloss. A pretty interesting style. Are you a fan of what you see? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Soda. Puffer AK47. Good vibes? No. Not for the people I'm shooting at. Aha. Right, so it looks like it's a cushion. Kind of looks cushiony. What's the references? Skin is styled after modern streetwear culture. Oh, puffer jackets. Oh. Okay. Well, still comfy. So yeah, 2 different versions. One with and one without the stock. And apparently this is a transparent aim sight. It's more cleaner. So it's not like fully transparent, but it's a bit more cleaner with the aim sight. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Right, for whichever version you prefer, feel free to comment below, and best of luck. 2 lies. Over here, we've got the unfazed AK-47. It's a pretty interesting, colourful design. I do like that face. It looks cool, and he's holding the bullet in his mouth. That's pretty cool. Right then, this right here is produced by Sean Mick, and I believe another person. We'll see that in a second. Yep, standard sight. Nice bit of red on the aim sight. Produced by Sean Mick and Ari Spectre. Do you like what you see? Feel free to comment below. Why is he moving at 100,000 miles an hour? Right, anyway, moving on. Neptune AK-47. This is a proposed potential brand new weapon collection. We saw a M249 like a week ago, I believe. Well, that's looking pretty cool. Best of luck to Ted and Pigeon. Keep up the good work. That's looking pretty cool. That's looking nice. I think you should do an SKS. Over to here, Corsair AK-47. So this is a collection continuation, if you aren't fully well aware. We saw a double barrel shotgun skin being accepted for the naval update. It's all the way down over to here. Right, so 12,000 subscribers and only 28 listings on the Steam market. Welcome to double barrel shotguns. They appear to not be very in demand. So that has lost 50% of its value, but then you take a look at all the double barrel shotguns. Yeah, that's not too surprising now, is it? No, not really, no. So, okay. Would an AK-47, like, give you a boost? Dig you out of your hole? I don't think so, I'm sorry to say. I did show this off in the preview video. It's nice, it looks cool. I think people will approve of a full Corsair weapon collection. What are your thoughts, though? Feel free to comment below. Standard sight and whatnot. Shouldn't be too bad. Best luck to Little Ranger and Graham Crowan. Redemption Handmade NMG has appeared, but where's the hoodie and pants? Mr. Slanoster, where's the hoodie and pants? I've asked for so long, but where's the hoodie and pants? It's a nice looking transparent aim sight design, but it's no hoodie and pants, Mr. Slanoster. I really want to see the hoodie and pants, Mr. Slanoster. Why won't you give me the hoodie and pants, Mr. Slanoster? Anyway, let's go over to here. Redemption. Nice and shiny, a full-fledged collection there, has been appreciated. Lots of green right there, and, well, lots of red as well. You might notice the tier 3 and the tier 2 and the lack of the hoodie and pants. Yes. So, yeah, the weapons, they're doing quite alright. It's a bit of a mishmash. Handmade NMGs themselves, they're not looking as if they're doing very good at the moment. Yeah, I question whether people actually appreciate them or not. That right there, a nice, lovely cranberry red shine design. Well, I think people could still appreciate it. I'm just not sure if it have an impact on all the pre-existing skins. The collection's doing fine for itself, but it still needs hoodie and pants. So best of luck to Mr. Slaughter. Let's see if that works out nicely. And for last, what do we have right here? Black Flag Rocket Launcher. Produced by Mr. Graffy. It's just a perfectly fine looking rocket launcher. Now there's a mention of a flag. I'm not seeing it. It's just a cannon. I just noticed it's the top of the cannon. It's the actual cannon thing. That's what it is. I just know. Oh! Did you take that from a boat? You might need to go put that back. Anyway, that's a perfectly fine looking design. Best luck to you, Graffy. And that just so happens to be the final weapon/tool skin of the week. So, of all these skins, which one has impressed you the most? Which one do you reckon is a very good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? Right, so not too many skins to talk about, but we do have collection continuations to showcase. Don't you worry. We'll just go grab a big batch of these. In fact, I could just grab all of them. Yeah. Right. So immediately we have the Black Ops Large Backpack. It doesn't glow in the dark. It might look like it does, but no, that's just some sort of very stylistic lighting being used there. It is quite shiny. I can admit that. I've seen it in game. I have made a short video. Problem was though, when I was showing it off, because where I was positioned, I was still somewhat near some train lights. What? I had a base on top of like the train tunnels. Don't ask. Anyway, can confirm at night time you can't really see a thing. But if there's a light nearby, oh, it will be shiny. Black Ops collection doing very nice for itself. Unfortunately, we did not see the tier 2 being accepted this past week. Although Naval Camo just won. Next Rust store, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Black Ops tier 2. It really wouldn't surprise me. So here we are. Tier 3 is doing good for itself. Can't complain. I mean, if you bought at 25 cents, that is. Anyway, still hoping for tier 2. I'm expecting hoodie and pants probably next week. A backpack would still be appreciated. But if we could just quickly reverse. Backpack, 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 backpack. We have recently just seen the Black Gold backpack and the Black Diamond backpack. We've already seen quite a lot of black backpacks from notable black collections. I mean, well, we'll see what happens, but awkward timing, I guess you could say. I'm sure the Black Ops collection would still appreciate it, though. So, we'll see what happens. I think the tier 3 would be the one that gets the boost out of that. We'll see how it is. If you could delay hoodie and pants at least another week, tactical gloves, boots and gloves, that's a perfectly fine option. Road sun gloves and boots. Right, anyway, best luck to you, best luck to you. Right, moving on from there. Okay. I think it's St. Patrick's Day soon. I think that might be this week. I don't... Other than drinking, I don't think it's that much of a holiday, is it? Aside from Ireland, I should say. Yeah. Someone made a St. Patrick's Day skin last year and it wasn't accepted. Maybe this one would. We can't accept it. It's green camouflage. No, it's not. It's like dark green and light green. Oh, shut up. Anyway, produced by Lakamu. We'll see. I'm having doubts though, but hey, I'd like to be proven wrong. We've seen Thanksgiving skins get accepted. Over here, we've got... Yeah, I showed this off in the preview video. A pigeon balaclava. What? Yeah, if only they could get up a little bit more closer. Yeah, watch the preview video just so you can see it a little bit better. You can still see like your eyeballs and whatnot. It's just from the side you can only see like the pigeon eyeball and whatnot. It's weird. Victor Trigger, it's weird, but I respect it. I respect that you did something very out of the ordinary. Very odd. I think people actually approve of that. But if it gets accepted, then they want wings and claws. What have you done, Victor Trigger? What have you done? Anyway, moving on. Best luck. I do believe this is a collection continuation because it was a bit of a revelation finding out last week that the hide clothing was a collection continuation to the sausages poncho. Well, accompanying that, we now also have a Boonie hat and a bandana. So, don't you just love the smell and taste of meat Well, wrap it around your mouth, I guess. Sure, why not? I guess. Yeah. Seriously, why not? Yeah. Let's see if we could actually get the high clothing accepted. Let's see what happens. I'm just not sure if people are going to put 2 and 2 together and notice that the sausages is connected to this. I get the feeling that's kind of like tacked on. I did kind of dismiss that Armour double door earlier, the jungle theme one, saying I think you're just being a little bit loose here. To be honest with you, I guess you could say the same here. You should have added a sausage as like a belt or something. So if you're going to commit to this, you're going to have to add sausages to this. We'll see. Anyway, best of luck. Best of luck. Over to here, CPC002. Chemical protective clothing. Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to do like what's the sci-fi thing with the anomalies and the cryptids and whatnot. I've completely blanked on it. Never mind. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, I'm sure, with the Euclids and the Kevlar dangers. I've forgotten it. SPC. There you go. There, I thought it was some sort of joke on that. I might have said the name wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was just something like that. But hey, they really should do something like that for Halloween. They just set off some scary creatures that really like actually attack you, not just like scarecrows that just like go and then chase you randomly. But anyway, looking cool. Best luck to one on JN34633. Let's see if that worked out nicely. Arctic tactical gloves. They're black. They're comfy. Sure. So it seems like this is supposed to accompany the wetsuit. No. It's independent. I think just put the wetsuit on, just because. I think, yeah. All right. So yeah, this is produced by Mr. Corey. Let's see if that works out nicely. Keep your hands nice and warm. Best of luck. Now, one thing I noticed quite a lot this week was skin creators making tactical gloves that look like CS2 special rare gloves. Gold. I'm not sure how much that'll be worth. But yeah, I noticed Voodoo did it first, and then RR3 turns up, and he does it as well. Maybe it's just coincidental timing. I do know that RR3 has been affiliated with Counter-Strike before anyway, so... Hey, I'm not upset with what I see. There's some pretty cool looking designs. Is it what you're looking for, though? And if these were to be accepted, would a collection then have to be built up around that with clothing and armour? I'm not sure. I think greeny yellow and black and purple would make a pretty cool looking set, though. Would be for camouflage, but it would be cool. So, yeah, alright, cool. Best luck to Voodoo. Best luck to R3. Let's see what happens. Now on to tier 3 armour. It is... Okay, other people have noticed this. I'll just point it out. Corsair, what's going on with you? Because we're noticing a trend. You got that, and you got the green one, and you got the desert one, and then you got the grey one. What's going on? So yeah, he's got a pretty interesting approach. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Best luck to Corsair and Sunny Boy. Yeah, don't you want to be grey? So that's cool. And then over to here, we have Crimson Moor. It's got blood on it. Ta-da! So yeah, it's like a lizard. Lizard of some sort. What does it say? Theme. Horror. Shark. Oh, I thought it was a lizard. Looks more like a lizard. Why is he all like scaly and whatnot? Sure, whatever. So, okay, cool. Fair enough. Looking pretty cool. Looking pretty sweet. Are you a fan of what you see? Feel free to comment below. Best of luck to Mr. Multi-Ol Hat Boris and Mr. Damned In. But yeah, sure. Is it a shark? Looks like more like a crocodile theme or anything. Anyway, best of luck. And yeah, that's it. That's all the clothing and the armour. So out of all these skins, feel free to comment below which one was your favourite, which one do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted. And I guess you could say, pick out several skins from today's video, and feel free to comment below which do you think has a very good chance of potentially being accepted today. Right, so that was only about an hour and 10 minutes. That was a little bit more straightforward. Sorry if I just kind of looked at your skin and moved on. I'm only really here for the collection continuations. Sorry about that. So if I could also quickly switch over to micro522.com, it's linked in the description. I can confirm to you the top performing skins: Apotheosis of War Armoured Double Door, Optimized SAR, Space... No, that doesn't count, that's technically from last week. Berry Wine Barrel Barbecue for third. Card Reader Armour Double Door, the third version. And Tree of Life Sheep in the Door is fifth. So, okay, that's looking pretty cool. You could also see like Alien Rock there, Wasteland Recruit. That's a skin creator I don't follow, but hey, get a skin accepted. We'll start watching. So, alright, cool. Let's now switch back over to here. And let's talk about Easter once again. Because one Easter skin has been submitted, lo and behold, at Shedmon. So just to repeat, all of them have to be submitted within the next 2 weeks. Next week, I do believe we won't see that many regular skin submissions. We'll see a decent portion being put out for, of course, Easter. And in the second week, let's see what happens. I believe the vast majority of Easter skins will be submitted. Not next week, but the week after. So if I don't see that many skins like being submitted fully, I might just end up just looking at all the collection continuations. You saw what we did with Valentine's and, of course, with Lunar New Year. I just have to make videos like that. I don't think you'll be that opposed. I am expecting some interesting collection continuations. What will Easter Chick be this year? We'll see. Right. Bunny's Secret Garage Door. This is the first Easter skin for 2026. Lo and behold, it's a girl. Oh, it begins. Right, there you go. So, yeah. I guess we'll be expecting a lot of, like, bunny girls this year. Oh, what a pain. What a tragedy. But if you are aware, a bunny costume is expected for this year's Easter. So, a bunny actual costume, not like a inflated bunny thingy, like what we saw with the chicken and the horse from the previous year, if you know what I mean. So, okay, instead of like a basket of eggs, does he have like a basket of grenades? Oh, see, that would be a fun thing to add for Easter. A crazy person in a suit chucking grenades at people. That'd be fun. And like, instead of finding random Easter eggs on the floor, it's a grenade. Don't go near it. It's too late. Boom. Ah. See, that'd be fun. Right, anyway, so, yeah, cool. Best of luck to you then, Mr. Shedmon. Always early. Does that mean you're not submitting a skin next week or the week after that? We'll see. Anyway, best of luck. That's a big carrot. Anyway, moving on. So, of course, tomorrow we do have the Abnormal Barders. Looks like sales are matching up to expectation in regards to the Sheep Matador, but these skins over to here, they're not selling as much. Although I did sit here and say, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people are waiting until the last second and then they're making a move. But interestingly, no naval camo this week. I am surprised. Like, I didn't miss it. I didn't skip or anything, did I? Let's just double check. No. Was that last week? I didn't see that. Oh. Apparently there's a barbecue. I didn't know this. Is that a collection continuation? No, that didn't show up for me. Well, I guess you could say that's lucky. So I guess they're taking a bit of a break and then they'll release the tier 3, which is fine. It's quite strategic. Don't try and get everything out all in one go because your very own skins compete with each other then. And you don't really want to do that, especially when you're doing like a full clothing armor set. So lo and behold, say hello to the Space Station Barbecue. A perfectly fine look at design. Oh, look, it can tell you what it's cooking. It's cooking steak. All right, I'm so sorry about that. I better go edit to my collection then. Whoops. Okay, well, there you go. I almost missed it. Now I'm a little bit worried. If I go look again, is there any other skins? Because I honestly did not see that. Again, there's so many skins. I'm so sorry. There it is. Huh. Well, I didn't miss it. Don't get upset at me. I didn't miss it. All right, cool. So then, yeah, that might just be the one. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So I will grab that. I will go edit and yeah. So, all right. Other than that, everything seems pretty all right. Player count over the past weekend was over 200,000. But from here, over the course of the next several weeks, prices are expected to drop off. And like I said a little bit earlier on in this video, I guess I'll need to make a video discussing that. It's nothing to panic about. It's nothing to worry about. It was expected. So with Easter on the horizon, well, I guess we'll probably just have to enjoy that. Last year's Easter skins didn't sell that much, did they? No. But if we're seeing quite a lot of transparent things being incorporated now, maybe we could see some very interesting transparent Easter things. We just saw a very transparent wooden double door for Lunar New Year. What's stopping skin creators doing that for Easter? We'll see. Right then, so with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Enjoy your week. Enjoy your week, I can say that. Just enjoy yourselves, and let's see what potentially gets accepted in the upcoming Rust store. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.